Hey everybody, it's Matt with the Easy Life, and my wife Vanessa, despite the protest and meetings, has decided that she's going to show us how she makes her famous lasagna. And she's promised that she'll quit beating me if I'll shut up about it. So. Okay, so what's the first thing we gotta do to get this thing going?
Okay, so first of all, we already have our water on the stove in the pot ready to get boiling. We're gonna put it on high so we can get it going. Okay, while that's going, we're gonna go ahead and get our meat prepped and put it in the pot.
That's just ground beef, right?
Yes, ground meat.
Yeah. So in other words, folks, this is not a vegan lasagna.
So we're going to get the ground meat in here and get it started browning. And you want it on a high heat so you can brown it pretty quick. My hands.
Cleanliness. When you're cooking, you always want to stay clean. And yes, those are Dr. Pepper cans, cups and everything all over the counter. Shut up, we just moved in.
So we're just going to give this a quick knead with my handy dandy kneader.
Is it a kneader eater? Is it a kneader eater?
A kneader eater.
A kneader eater.
So that should start coming together. All right, so now that our water is at a rolling boil, you're gonna put your noodles in, kind of overlap them a little bit. That way when you go to take them out, it's easier for you to pull them apart. I'm gonna cook one box for now, and if I need more, I'll make more.
We don't really like when our noodle sticks. Did I say that?
So I'm going to turn this water down just a little bit. It's starting to splatter. But once these are all boiled down, we will drain the water off of them.
And you got to keep a constant watch on that meat.
The meat is coming together. We're just letting it brown a little bit slow. That way we don't overcook the meat.
And we use cast iron. As you can see, we use cast iron because cast iron, I don't know what it is about cast iron. I love the stuff. It just makes the food taste so much better. What do you think?
It does. It has a different flavor for it, especially if you're using bacon grease.
Oh, yeah.
After you cook bacon,
oh, yeah.
You season your iron pots with that, and you'll have a good seasoning on your cast irons.
Now you actually bought this skillet a while back specifically for when we moved. It got us a new place, right?
Yeah.
How long ago did you buy it?
It's been about a month.
Yeah, so about when I left last time you bought it.
It just pretty much stayed in the car.
Yeah.
Until we got ready to move everything in. Okay, so I'll let that cook a little bit.
And then we'll add the sauce later, and we're
gonna
make sure you got to keep an eye on these. Make sure they don't overboil.
Okay, so I've already cut the garlic bread, so I'm just going to make a spread with the garlic. So we have garlic powder, and we have butter, and then we're already going to have this inside of our meat. So we like our stuff a lot, really, really garlicky.
Oh yeah.
So first of all, you're going to take quite a bit of your butter. You're going to put it on a bowl or a plate. Right now we just have plates.
We're still moving in.
So, yeah. Get you a pretty good amount on there. So you can make you a good spread. Then you're going to make it like a little dip in there. And you're gonna put you some garlic powder. And then you're gonna just get it in there. Okay, and then you're gonna bring it over here to your bread. And you're just gonna lather it on there. And if you need more, you can always add more to it, which I probably will have to for the other side, because you want both sides to have enough garlic flavor. Okay. Make sure you get all of it on there. Spread it on there generously for everybody to have a little taste.
We want that extra garlicky taste.
We're gonna preheat our oven to 350. So Matt's gonna get that done.
As soon as I can figure out how to work this thing. Oh, bake.
Yep. There you go.
350.
And push it again.
There we go. Yay, I did it all by myself.
You turn on the light up there so you can see. No, down there for the oven.
Oh, the oven light.
On the back of the stove. On the back of the stove. There you go.
Yay.
Alright. So this side is done.
Now we're going to double down on this. We're going to hop to a spit on that thing.
No, we're not.
But basically, this is just a repeat of the last one, so I'm not going to bore y'all with all that. So just do what you did last time, and you'll be all right. All right?
Yes. These noodles are done. So I'm going to come over here and we're going to drain this water out of them. After you get the water drained, you're going to put some cold water on top of them. That'll keep them from cooking, continuing cooking. Oops.
Some of them fell out.
It's okay.
You made a boo-boo.
I made a boo-boo. It's okay. So we can get some cold water on them.
And show us that thing right there, that red thing.
Oh, this is I got this at Walmart. And you can get them off of Amazon. It's pretty easy. You just snap them on your pot. And you can drain your water instead of having a big, huge colander taking up space. That just takes up your
That's made of silicone or plastic?
silicone.
Yeah.
And it's easy. It just takes up a little bit of drawer space instead of you having to have a big, huge colander under your...
All right, so we set the noodles
so I'm
aside.
gonna put these in here with a little bit of cold water on the bottom.
And we go back to the meat. Now we put the garlic. Okay. Don't worry. Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna open up the stove, this oven. And we're gonna go ahead and put these on top of the.
And yes,
We're gonna have to do this sideways.
we're putting this directly on the rack.
It tastes better that way.
Gets crispier.
So. All right.
And how long do we leave that in there for?
We're gonna leave that in there for about 10 minutes.
Okay, now over here we did add some garlic, some minced garlic to this meat. And we got it stirred in. We're gonna wait for it to cook down. And then we're gonna cheat and use Ragu.
Okay, so now we are going to add our Ragu to our pot of meat, which my son Jaden is going to pour it in for us.
So long as he doesn't get his mop
And
head
don't
in it.
splatter it. Get it down in there. You're going to put that whole container of the sauce in there because we're making a big lasagna.
We don't know how to make anything small. Pour the whole thing, Jay.
Leftovers.
I doubt it. You know how much I love this stuff.
All right.
And now we stir that in.
So you're going to put a little bit of water in the bottom of that.
Put just a little bit. You don't need a whole lot.
That's good.
Put the lid back on it.
Put the lid back on it and we'll get it a swoosh. And then we're going to add that into there.
Perfect.
All right, now add that little bit into there so we can get it all mixed up. All right, so we've got our meat that's done. We don't want to burn our sauce, so when you get your sauce in here, then the meat pretty much warms up the sauce. So you're just going to put a little bit of sauce in the bottom of your pan. Then you're going to put your noodles. Then we've got some cottage cheese and some ricotta cheese. We need to turn this down because it's splattering or off. And then we have ricotta cheese that I put in it. And then we have our shredded cheese. Grab that. So we have two kinds of cheeses here. We have a Colby Jack and a Mozzarella cheese.
Mozzarella?
A mozzarella cheese that we're going to put on top and in between our noodles. So first of all, we're going to take this and we're going to just get the bottom coated real good. You don't want a whole lot on the bottom, you just want enough to where the noodles aren't going to stick to the bottom of your pan.
That was going to be my next question about how deep you want that.
And you just want a little bit to coat the bottom.
Just basically to where you can't see the bottom of the pan.
That you can't see or your noodles don't get stuck.
Yeah.
Okay? So, there's that. Alright, so we're going to layer our noodles long ways. And then you're going to get enough down there. So if you have broken ones, you can kind of just move them into place at the ends.
And just so you know, it's pure luck that that pan, those noodles are the same exact length as that pan. Just so you know, she bought that pan today. Just for this, because I love lasagna.
So we have some that did get stuck together. That happens.
Nothing to cry about.
You get that in there, then you can take your little extras and put them on the side here. Just to kind of make sure you have enough on the bottom to cover that. Okay, now we're going to add some cottage cheese and ricotta cheese. All right, so we're going to put the cottage cheese on the bottom of the noodles. Just a little layer of it, not too much.
Just for a second, we're going to check on that bread down there. Looking real good. By the time we get this ready to go in, that bread ought to be done. Say that again.
We're just going to coat the bottom here a little bit. Get a little bit of cottage cheese on every little noodle so everybody gets a bite of it. Okay. All right.
Looks like it needs more.
Some more over here. Take some over here. Okay. Now we have that taken care of. We're going to get some ricotta cheese.
And
this
do the
is a
same
little
thing.
harder to spread out. So what I like to do is I take a lot of it. My hands are clean. And I just take it some and I break it off into the little pieces down here, because it's more difficult to spread than it is for the cottage cheese. And then you just get a little bit everywhere. Just grab a little bit here, down the middle. Okay, a bit in the corners. You just want to make sure everybody gets a little bit, a bite there. And we're going to wash our hands.
Of course.
Real good.
Clean, clean, clean. Always clean.
All right, and then you're going to add some Colby Jack cheese or whatever cheese you prefer. It doesn't have to be this kind. It can be your sharp cheddar. You can have your medium cheddar, whatever you prefer. You just do a light coat on this.
We just like Colby Jack.
We're gonna do a light coat. Okay, and then we're gonna add our mozzarella. You can do a little bit more of the mozzarella. And you do a coat of it. And then when you're done, you're gonna put you some more meat and layer your noodles on top of it again. And you just do that until you have all your noodles and your meat and your cheeses where you, however much you want. And our garlic bread looks like it's almost done. A few more minutes on that and then we'll be good. We're gonna have a salad with it, but I'm not gonna show that because it's just a simple salad that's in a bag. So, okay, so we pull out the French bread or the garlic bread and we're gonna sprinkle a little bit of cheese on it. And be careful you don't get it on your rack.
Or the dogs that are passing under your feet. And then we're going to put it on broil for just a minute so that cheese starts to bubble up and all that. So we're just going to put the mozzarella, or we're going to put the Colby Jack too?
Just the mozzarella.
Just the mozzarella? Okay. So we laying some paper towels out because we're about to pull the garlic bread.
Back up.
Back up, dogs.
Back up.
We let it broil for just a few minutes. And, ooh, nice and crispy on top. That back one kind of a little bit burnt, but that's all right. A little bit hot, huh?
A little bit. Just grab the paper towels here. So I didn't bring no pot holders.
You see that back one right there? That's how I wanted the cheese to look. Start to bubble and burn a little bit. Unfortunately, the bread is starting to bubble and burn too. Now consider this is a brand new oven. This is the first time it's been used. Now we know that the back of it broils better.
All right, so now that we have it all layered up and ready to go, we're gonna put it in the oven for 350 for about 35 to 45 minutes, depending how bubbly you want your cheese to be. And then we'll come back in a little while. All right, so it's been about 30 minutes and we're gonna go ahead and take this out.
We don't have our oven bits here yet, so we gotta do it with wet rags.
So let's take a look.
Ooh, look at that.
So let me grab the handles. Now, all right. And then there we go. We have a cheesy lasagna
With garlic bread.
with garlic bread, and then I'll have a salad on the side.
Oh,
So we're gonna cut into the lasagna and get a big, huge helping of it for the husband.
yee. Do you like your lasagna?
He loves my lasagna.
I am very picky about my lasagna.
And here we go. And here's some cheesy. And get it over there. It's gonna fall apart. You're not gonna
be able to stop it.
be able to stop that. But look at all that cheese and all that yumminess and the meat from that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get that on there.
Just get that on that
And
plate.
then we're gonna scoot it over so we can make room for our bread and our salad.
All right, let's try this out. Now, I already know it's gonna be good because I ain't ever had her make it not a good one. So. Ooh. It's terrible, don't eat that. It's good. So there you have it, everybody. My wife, Tanessa, after beating me severely, agreed to cook it. Here it is. It's quite delicious. And if you want to follow her recipe, and if you have any questions about her recipes, leave it down in the comments below. Either her or I would be happy to answer any questions you have. But until next time, God bless and be good.